Ever since I started to study medicine, my vision has been to play an important role in an important innovation. We are now at a time point where we can start capturing the value from digitization in medicine. Our unique deep learning algorithms can analyze digital histology images and radically increase the diagnostic and prognostic information in the tumor. And with that, personalize cancer treatment. Our lead indication is colorectal cancer, where more than 1 million patients undergo surgery every year to remove the cancer. And most patients are cured from the surgery and could go to observation. However, some patients have a difficult tumor that will recur, but we don't have diagnostic methods today to identify who those patients are. And therefore, most patients go to adjuvant chemotherapy just to be on the safe side. And that has consequences. In stage 2 colorectal cancer, up to 98% of the patients receive this toxic treatment without any benefit. And up to 1% of the patients actually die as a direct consequence. And 30% experience chronic health issues the rest of their lives. The Norwegian word for chemotherapy actually describes the drug quite well, and directly translated means cell poison. Also on society, this has a significant impact. And by integrating and starting to use our product, there's a potential saving of $4 billion globally every year. This large medical need for better cancer markers has been known for years, and there is an established market with high-priced products up to $5,000. They have been successful in breast cancer. In colorectal cancer, they have failed. Liquid biopsies are under development now and look promising, but they also have shortcomings and do not provide information on the tumor. We have developed a novel end-to-end deep learning algorithm where we have taken 90 million image tiles from thousands of patients and trained them on actual patient survival data. And it developed a deep neural network that outperforms the human mind in terms of analyzing the complexity and details in large image datasets. Our product is a diagnostic test as a software, and we can identify 40% of low-risk patients who are not likely to benefit from the chemotherapy. So patients can be reassured that either their toxic treatment is well justified or that they can safely avoid it. Our technology and products are developed in a large research program from the Oslo University Hospital with the strong international partners. We have strong publications also in leading journals like The Lancet. We have filed 2 patent applications, and we have the first grant in the US already. We have a CE-marked application, and also breaking news today, we have passed the ISO 13485 certification audit. The team is experienced and dedicated to bring this to patients globally, and that also includes top leading key opinion leaders across the world. If we can succeed, we can open up the space of opportunities that lies within artificial intelligence and deep learning and make personalized treatment available to all patients. The total addressable market in colorectal cancer is $1 billion, and we also have lung and prostate in the pipeline, and with that we cover 3 of the 4 largest tumor types. And this method also can be applied to other solid tumor types down the line. So how can we capture this market? The payment model is well established in the market already, and we will follow the same. So the oncologist orders a test, and the payers will reimburse the test because this increases the quality of care at a reduced cost. Our distribution model, however, is quite unique, where we can partner with a local lab. We can use the routine slides that are all made for all patients, and we can integrate seamlessly into the existing workflow and systems in the labs. And last week, we also announced that we are now integrated with the largest software platform, Sectra. This allows us, with this model, we can deliver accurate tests with low investments, with simple logistics, low cost, and a fast turnaround. And that differentiates us from competition. We have an exciting journey ahead of us with several value inflections. To establish ourselves as a diagnostic marker in this segment, we need to expand on the clinical documentation. And with this documentation, we can be integrated in the clinical guidelines. Further, we will also do some small, low-cost clinical utility trials, and that is needed to show that this diagnostic test actually has an impact on clinical practice. And with this data, we can go to the payers and negotiate for reimbursement. To complete this journey, we are now seeking a raise of $10 million. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you also to DNB for setting up this prize. Winning such a prize would mean a lot to us on our mission to bring this innovation to patients globally. So whether you vote with your heart or your brain today, I'm sure you will vote for the right company. That is all you have to do, and you, and then we can do more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let's hear questions from the experts here.
Maybe I can start. Thanks, first of all, for a very clear and energetic presentation. I enjoyed a lot, like the story. I'd like to go back to the clinical studies, the clinical trials that you have performed or you're planning to perform, and their relation to the reimbursement discussions that you will have. So how in practice do the clinical data support the reimbursement negotiations?
So what we have seen in this type of diagnostic tests is that you can use historical material and do a prospective design. We have large trials with 3,000 patients that we are now analyzing and setting up with how does the test perform in this population. And this is called as a level 1B when you discuss with both in clinical guideline groups and also for reimbursement. So that is accepted for reimbursement and to get to the market. For clinicians to really also start a larger uptake, it would also be beneficial to have prospective data in a clinical trial that is set up specifically for this drug, this test, but it's not strictly required. But we also will do that in collaboration with the institute and the key opinion leaders that we are collaborating with.
Can I ask a question on the path to licensure? Because if in this case the regulators would require you to show that the test screens out everyone that potentially doesn't need adjuvant, but then someone still that needed adjuvant therapy was screened negative in your test, i.e. they don't need to take it, but then they still develop further complications, that could be a real problem, right, for the healthcare system. So do you see a potential path to licensure as an optional screening, not as a required screening?
What do you mean path to licensure?
So to be able to recommend this diagnostic, you obviously need some sort of licensure to be allowed to use this as a diagnostic test.
Yeah, we have a license now in Europe to use it. The CE mark allows us to put it on the market.
Right. So then, do you see a way forward without it being basically a recommended diagnostic rather than an optional diagnostic? Could you capture market that way?
Yes. So that is something we now will look into to be mentioned in the clinical guidelines earlier, before you get a recommendation. So if you're mentioned in the guideline, then it's easier for clinicians to start using it, and also for make it available for patients that would like to know more about their potential outcome.
Do we have time for one more?
No, sorry, we don't have time for this time. You can take the questions afterwards. I'm sure Torbjørn will stay further in the conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.